What's up, Digidestins? This is Kyle D, better known as Ridemyavatar, and today we got some Japanese meta decks to talk about. So let's dive right into this video and go over it. So, what we want to talk about is the new Jesmon trial deck. Sadly, on the opener weekend, we didn't get any results from Ridemyavatar, so I'm quite cautious on that starter deck. Usually the starter decks kind of have a way of showing up where it needs to, but it seems like Jesmon was the only deck to really shine the most. We also have kind of two ghosts from the past showing back up because they are very viable, apparently. So first off, let's talk about the Ace Digimon itself, the Jesmon from the trial deck. The reason why I think this one's going to see more play than the, other one, the Jesmon that we've had, was because with the restrictions with Savior Hawkmon, you're no longer gaining as much advantage. It kind of does the same thing, but that Blitz makes it a turn earlier than you normally would be able to swing in with. So it allows you to apply more pressure a turn earlier than you would the regular Jesmon, because Jesmon still needed you to climb up and raising at certain points. Being able to Blitz is really important, but it also has, when you play another Digimon by an effect, this Digimon gets plus 3000 DP, so he becomes 15, and a security plus 1 check once per turn, which isn't bad, but when attacking, you may play one Digimon card with Sistermon in its name from your hand without paying its memory cost. So that when attacking effect is not once per turn, so if we can restand Jesmon and get another swing in, we could see some major plays, like all of a sudden double Sistermon Nor, and then Chimeraemon is one of the major plays that this deck had and was part of the restriction of Savior Hawkmon, because you were able to spam out the level 4 too easily. They didn't want it to hit Chimeraemon, they wanted to hit weaker cards, and Savior Hawkmon was just that card. So if we can still get this Savior Hawkmon onto this Jesmon, we can still spam out double Systemon Nor, which can bring the turn back to us, which I'm fine with that. I hope you are. So first off, let's Gurimon. So this card is, while you have 2 or more Digimon in play, this Digimon gets plus 1000 DP. So it makes our Jesmon bigger. The Hawkmon from BT05, instantly just the searcher of the deck, because top 5 check. Add up to 2 cards with Hawkmon, Jesmon, or Systemon in their names among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck in any order. So at least you get to add any of those combinations. Very important. Hawkmon from BT7, being able to reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. Add all cards with Sistermons in their name among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck in any order. So being able to Sistermon search and hit all these Sistermon, get them out of here, so that your normal deck can still provide you cards you need. Hawkmon from the new starter deck. Your turn once per turn, when you play a Digimon with Sistermon in its name, gain 1 memory. So if he's on the board, you can gain 2 memory, and instantly your Jesmon's more viable. All turns while this Digimon has Hawkmon in its name or Royal Knights in his trait, it gets 1000 DP. So he gets a little more beefier to protect himself. Did this say all turns? No, your turn. Oh, sad. Sistermon Blanc is on play, draw, and it gives all your Sistermons blocker. So it makes a wide blockable board. We have Sistermon Awaken for that recovery, instance, so that we can just gain some much needed defense sometimes that we might need. And then on deletion, return one of your Jesmon, Hawkmon, or Sistermon in their name other than Blanc Awaken from trash to your hand. Now we have this new Sistermon Blanc. So in your trash, on play, you may trash 1 card in your hand to draw 2. So this helps heal Chimeraemon, which could mean that we get our Savior Hawkmon that restands under for that Sistermon Nor, instantly recovering the fact that we tossed it, and it could be sitting there if we didn't need him. So, and then we can just build up another Jesmon for the win. So it's one of those plays that are going to be quite interesting. While you have a Digimon with Hawkmon in its name or Royal Knights in its traits in play, this Digimon gains Decoy Red-Black. So when one of your other red or black Digimon would be deleted by an opponent's effect, you may delete this Digimon to deletion. So this allows your Sistermon here, it's on the board, at least it draws you a bunch, but protects Jesmon from option removal, which is huge. Baho Hakmon. So if you have a Digimon with Sistermon in its name, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 5,000 DP or less. Just a very much needed champion. It's a good target. It can be hit by the Hakmon. Greymon for the extra security checks. So you get this Jesmon swinging for 3. Can be really nasty, really quick. Baho Hakmon from the starter deck. All turns while this Digimon has a Hakmon in its name or Royal Knights in its trait, it gets 1,000 DP. So it could make your Jesmon at least 14, so they can't easily just swing into him. So, and then with Sistermon Nor or Sistermon Seal for us, you give it more power on top of it. So even in its worst case, you can have a stack that makes self-protection very easily. And then you can have just make it so your opponent has to do weird janky stuff to stop you from, losing, from winning, on play, gain a memory. Both Seal and Nor do the same thing. Savior Hawkmon, Restander, and when Digivolving, he can play a, Sistermon if he's out on the battle area. Then you have the new Savior Hawkmon, so this allows us to give our, Jesmon the ability. If this Digimon has Royal Knights in the trait, you may play one Digimon card with Sistermon in its name from your hand, or trash without paying its memory cost. So this gives us normal Jesmon skill. So when this Jesmon with Blitz swings, you get 2 Digimon very easily. That's going to help us. But when Digivolving, this Digimon can also attack your opponent's unsuspended Digimon until the end of the turn. So he allows you to swing in, gives a little judgment of the blade to himself by the looks of it. Now we have DNA Digivolve, Chimeramon. This is just basically for the double Sistermon Nor come in play. Boom. Instantly Jagras, grab Savior Hawk, and then go back into a Blitz Jesmon that can restand. And possibly, if you have another Nor, you could easily just keep it your turn or pop any of the other fun stuff we have. Then we have Blitz Omni, or that when Digivolving, unsuspend himself, he gets Blitz as well. So just OTK.deck. Jesmon does it quite well now. Judgment of the Blade lets you swing into your opponent's Digimon. Removing them are just huge. And then if pops off, you get if it's popped in security, instantly gain one of the Sistermons out. Really good. We got Red Memory Boost to help search our key components in the deck. Our red Digimon at least, and then it gains you memory. And then we have from Master to Disciple. Another boost in a way, because it has delay. But what's really nasty about this, reveal 3 cards from the top of your deck, add 1 card with Hawkmon or Sistermon in its name, or 1 card with Royal Knights in its traits among them to your hand. Trash the remaining cards, then place this card into the battle area. Delay. So next time one of your Digimon Digivolves this turn, reduce the memory cost of that Digimon by 1. So that's really good. But also it has a security effect, so reveal 3 cards from the top of your deck. Add 1 card with Hawkmon or Sistermon in its name, or 1 card with Royal Knights in its traits among them to your hand. Trash the remaining cards, then place this card in the battle area. So it has basically a guarantee itself effect, where the memory boost would only just play itself. So I think that's really cool. We kind of see a evolution of Jesmon. Jesmon has so much potential that format. I really want to see what happens when it gets closer to BT10. So anybody remember Shinegreymon hybrid? Well, it topped. I mean, hey, good job. I mean, we got Shinegreymon when Digivolving, being able to rest all the tamers. Then one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 4,000 DP for each tamer rested. So basically, no, you get to choose basically the Digimon. You know how Shinegreymon works. Danger if the number of tamers gets ridiculous. Basically a board wiper himself. Your turn when this Digimon gets 1,000 DP for every tamer you have. So he gets big and beefy fast. We got Upamons here, so if you have 3 or fewer security, trigger draw 1. Bulkomons up here, reveal the top 5 cards of your deck, add 1 card with hybrid or 10 warriors in its trait, and 1 tamer among them. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck in any order. And then when one of your tamers Digivolves, gain 2 memory. Just really good all around. Solomon, if you have 3 or fewer security cards, trigger recovery +1. We got Kazemon, just to be able to digivolve on top of our tamers. Seraphamon is all about you may digivolve this on top of your tamer, or a level 4 for 1 cost, or a level 3 for 3. If you have a Digimon with hybrids in trait, or Zoe in this Digimon's Evolution cards, all your security Digimon gets plus 3000 DP until the end of your opponent's next turn. Ridemyavatar, Digi burst out, and then play a tamer. Not a bad trade-off. And it's also treated as yellow, but also if you have a tamer in play, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2000 DP when attacking. This Ridemyavatar, all about playing a yellow Digimon when it digivolve. Yellow tamer when it digivolves. So any on-play effects of that tamer played do not activate, sadly. But you also have, while you have 3 or more yellow tamers in play, this Digimon gets security +1. So makes it so Shinegreymon gets a little more beefy and threatening. Just Sylphie, basically, if you have a hybrid with a tamer under it, instantly recovery +1. So it gets really nasty and really annoying pretty quickly. If you have a Digimon with hybrid in traits, this is your Digi-Evolution card, recovery +1. Not bad at all. And then we have, of course, Zuchimon. So when digivolving, if you have 3 or more cards in security, gain 2 memory. If you have 2 or fewer security, recovery +1. So while you have 3 or more security, this Digimon gains security +1. It allows you just to apply more pressure earlier. Suzanomon, basically security +1. When digivolving, delete one of your opponent's Digimon. And then, if you have return 10 tamers, you can digivolve this for 7 costs on one of your tamers. Really good. Holy Wave, trigger recovery +1. And, if it gets revealed in security, it really annoys your opponent because that means you could survive a lethal. So just keep that in mind. Reinforced memory boost, delay 3 memory. Reveal top 2 cards to your deck. Place 1 card from the top of your security face down, and then remaining card to your hand, and then place this in the battle area. Really good. You get a plus in recovery and in hand, plus you get a 3 memory turn later. We have Wyvern's Breath. One of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 15,000 DP for the turn. Just removes threats off the board that we don't like. Kari is when a card is removed from your security stack, you may suspend this tamer, gain 1 memory. The more these come out, the more annoying it gets, because as 1 recovery could equal to a bunch of shutdown for your opponent. So just keep that in mind. TK is all about if you have 2 or less memory, it becomes 3. And then check your security, reveal 1 yellow card, recovery +1. The only time this sucks is if it's second card and you have no yellow cards afterwards in your security checks. This can self-kill you. So then we have TK Kari, all about gaining you extra memory if you are at fewer than your opponent. And then when one of your yellow Digimon attacks, you may suspend this tamer to have one of your opponent's Digimon get minus 1000 DP for the turn. Then we have Zoe. So play this card without paying its memory cost. You may search your stack for 1 card with hybrid or 10 warriors in trait. Reveal it, add it to your hand. If you added a card to your hand, recovery +1. All and security effect, all your security Digimon gets plus 3000 DP. Woohoo! This is just basically yellow hybrid in a nutshell. It topped. And then we have none other than blue Magna Guru, actually blue hybrid basically. If they weren't expecting this, the X antibody decks can lose to this, just because if they don't have that resource piece, they're gonna just lose to that. And if you didn't see play against Grandis, you might have, a good time. But it really comes down to, if they don't have X antibody, the option in their deck, you're gonna lose out on so much potential, because that stripping away is highly possible. We have Upamon for your opponent Digimon has no Digi-Evolution cards, trigger draw 1. Kiru is when one of your opponent's Digimon digivolves, then when your opponent's Digimon Digi-Evolution cards are trashed, trigger draw 1. Just straight up gas. Seraphamon, your reveal top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 hybrid and or blue Digimon card from among them to your hand, place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. Basically your filter searcher. It's gonna work. You should have enough viable targets. You shouldn't whiff. Seraphamon here, if you have a Digimon with hybrid or 10 warriors in its form, form or type, gain 1 memory when attacking if the Digimon. It's just pretty good. We have Ridemyavatar, revealing top 4 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with hybrid and trait, Suzanomon or Koji among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck in any order. And you may play 1 Koji from your hand without paying its memory cost. So if they pop that stack and you have a Koji, you'll instantly play it. Bokomon, reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with hybrid or 10 warriors in trait and 1 tamer among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck in any order. And then once per turn, when one of your tamers digivolves, gain 2 memory. Now we have also Kumamon to be able to strip 1 source, and it digivolves on top of our tamers. Kendogarurumon, if you digivolve on a Koji or a hybrid, you'll gain jamming, which could mean self-protection, which will help you out in the long run. So it's a good option. When digivolving this card, you know, just jamming and straight up gas. Korikaku, just that stun element that when digivolving, if it's Tommy or a hybrid, you instantly get the stun, something with no sources. Really is annoying to deal with. As long as they don't have a Jogress out, you're fine. Beowulfmon is when your Digimon that has a tamer card in its Digievolutions digivolves into this card, reduce it by 1 cost. Beowulf is nasty. And then when attacking, you may return 1 Digimon card with hybrid in its form. This Digimon Digievolutions to your hand to return 1 of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon to its hand. So being able to bounce stuff, remove threats. And then we have Magna Guru. When digivolving and when attacking once per turn, you may return 1 Digimon with hybrid in traits from this Digievolution card to your hand to return 1 of your opponent's Digimon with the same level as the return card to your hand. Trash all Digievolution cards from that Digimon. And then once per turn, when an effect adds a card to your hand, you may unsuspend one of your Digimon. So what I would hope, I don't understand why you only played 1 Magna Guru, but maybe you should have played at least 2. In my opinion, would have done you a little more better, because if you did the Koji play, you could put your Magna Guru extra 1 in your hand and bounce a level 6, which could help out in some matchups. Following memory boost, basically being able to trash 2 Digievolution cards from bottom 1 of your opponent's Digimon. Then 1 of your opponent's Digimon with no Digievolution can attack or block until the end of opponent's next turn. Then place this card in the battle area. Gain 2 memory with delay. Ice Wall, just an annoying card. And if it pops off, gain 2 memory. All your opponent's Digimon when attacking loses 2 memory until the end of opponent's next turn. Then we have Blue Memory Boost. Reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. Add 1 Digimon card from among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck in any order. Then place this card in the battle area. Gain 2 memory. So, Searcher, all in all, great. Now we have Hammer Spark, gain 1 memory, and possibly pass your opponent's turn. As long as they don't have like Gazi or anything, you are fine. Davis is your Searcher, revealing top 3. Add 1 blue Digimon. Basically, there's no green Digimon in this deck. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck in any order. And he sets your memory to 3. If you have a tamer in place, or a Joe here, if you have with one of your opponent's Digimon has no Digievolution cards in play, gain 2 memory. And then you can, when a blue Digimon attacks, you may suspend this tamer, trash 2 Digievolution cards from the bottom of your opponent's Digimon. As long as you can keep stripping away all their sources, they're screwed. Now we have Tommy. Play this card without paying his memory cost. Trash 3 cards from the cards from your bottom of your opponent's Digievolutions, opponent's Digimon. And then it's when attacking is what makes him nasty, is being able to stun stuff. It's still a viable card all in all. So being able to stun no sources is really nasty. Koji here. Play this card without paying its memory cost and security, but also you may place 5 cards with hybrid in their traits from your hand under this tamer in any order. To digivolve this into Magna Guru, if your hand for this Digievolution cost as this tamer is a level 5, make a trait. So basically, you know, all in all, really great. Then once per turn, when an effect adds a card to your hand, gain 1 memory, then this Digimon cannot be blocked for the turn. So making a preventable unblockable might help you win the game, especially he restands himself and swings twice. So what do you guys think of the Japanese list this week? Let me know down in the comments. Do you like this segment? I will catch you next video. Peace!